What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to your daily news report and economic update for Monday, May 16th. So we have a lot that we need to discuss today because as of this morning, the White House has a bunch of new plans. Now, we know over the past few months, the White House has been very slow to get anything done. Well, things aren't really changing, but they have new plans. Here's what's going on. First, the Democratic Party sees that if nothing passes, we don't see a big change in more relief to the American people, bringing down inflation, providing more housing or affordable housing to the American people, that they're going to suffer. Well, here's what I can tell you. The Biden administration only has a small amount of options available at this time, at least to bring down inflation and provide some relief to the American people. And really, they have about 5 months to make these changes. The issue is, 5 months is not a lot of time for Congress. It takes them a long time to try and negotiate any bill. Currently, inflation is sitting at 8.3%, which is slightly down from last month's, because last month we were at 8.5, which was fairly high. 8.3 still fairly high, but it's coming down. However, many things right now the average person cannot afford because they do not have the money. Their buying power has been reduced. Well, we know that President Biden is trying to lower the prices of some major items like oil, grains, housing, and just essential bills. But the problem right now is that he doesn't have the ability to do much here. And even one White House official stated that the cost of gas, food, and housing are the main concerns that the voters have. And the issue with this is right now the White House wants to address these issues. The problem is many of these issues require Congress or prior approval. Now, one of the other issues is if you pass some form of relief for millions of voters, for gas, food, or even affordable housing, this still leaves certain groups without much assistance. These groups currently are those with student loans and those on fixed incomes. Those are the two groups that are currently being discussed. Well, there's really only one relief plan for those two groups, and it only covers one half, which is people with student debt. The other half, people with a fixed income, are being screwed. But here's what we do know. Democrats say they understand that without additional relief to the American people, they're going to find themselves fighting an uphill battle as we get closer to the midterm elections. That's exactly true. And even Senator Bernie Sanders stated yesterday that they must do more. And Senator Bernie Sanders blamed two Senate Democrats, for blocking what President Biden had planned. And Senator Bernie Sanders stated, and I quote, "You got two members in the Senate, Senator Manchin and Senator Sinema, who have sabotaged what the president has been fighting for." He also went on to add, "You have 48 members of the Senate who wanted to go forward with an agenda that helped working families, that was prepared to take on the wealthy and the powerful. You got a president who wanted to do that. You had two people who prevented us from doing it." Now, that's 100% right. You have a president that wanted it done. You had two senators, Senator Joe Manchin and Senator Kyrsten Sinema, who voted against it. Actually, never got to voting. It's just they said we would not pass that. So even though these two senators did block the bill from going through, many lawmakers have stated that with inflation being so high, it is actually a good idea to wait, see how things play out before they work on passing an even larger bill. But at the same time, many still worry that groups of people in the U.S. are having a tough time just getting by. And again, these two groups. One, people with student debt. Second one, people on a fixed income. But again, President Biden is only considering student debt forgiveness. He's not considering that other promise that he made to provide $200 per month to Social Security recipients. That hasn't even been discussed. But the big worry right now is that one group is going to be left out. Those on fixed incomes or those that are collecting Social Security benefits. they're going to get screwed. Now, I addressed this later last week. I want to talk about really quick, but according to the Senior Citizen League, they're actually saying that the cost of living adjustment for the upcoming year in 2023 could be 8.6%. Now, that's a huge jump, but the problem with this jump is in order for it to go to 8.6%, we have to see inflation remain high for most of 2022. So again, even though the group is potentially going to be getting a huge bonus or huge cost of living adjustment in 2023, it's going to hurt them this year in 2022. So, and the reason why I wanted to touch on this is because this is the other group. We got those on fixed income, people on Social Security that will be impacted by the cost of living adjustment in 2023. Then we got those with student debt. They will most likely get relief in the next few months. At least that's what we're hearing. So again, right now that's just part of the plan is to try to get more relief. Okay, but it doesn't stop there. This was actually talked about this morning, and this was actually coming from the White House. The White House has actually released their housing supply action plan. Now, when you think about affordable housing, you think about the market that we are currently in. Many people are saying, well, okay, we need to have a more affordable housing. What can we do? Let's do rent control. Let's just eliminate property taxes, right? That would bring stuff down. Let's make sure utilities are being paid for by subsidies from the U.S. government. Well, that costs money, right? A lot of different things. Well, the purpose behind the Housing Supply Action Plan is to produce more housing supply. This is including affordable units, but this is also pushing things out. The time frame here is 5 years. 5 years. And you're probably thinking, I can't wait 5 years. Things are just so expensive right now, and they are. But the reason why this is such a problem is because you can't just build more houses. You need more materials. You need workers to build that, right? You have to get through the city permits and all this other stuff, right? You got to get through the red tape, and it takes time. So 5 years is really pushing it. That's at least what multiple reports are saying. Now, when the White House addressed this plan, here's what they had to say, and I quote, "When aligned with the other policies to reduce housing costs and ensure affordability, such as rental assistance and down payment assistance, closing the gap will mean more affordable rents and more attainable home ownership for Americans in every community." Now, the plan also states that government-owned housing will go to owners who actually live in the properties. They're not going to go to large investment firms that have a greater than normal chance of neglecting the property. Now, also in a statement today, the White House urged lawmakers to pass Biden's 2023 budget so that it can include the $10 billion in HUD grants to increase affordable housing. These are just some of the things that are currently going on. And again, I bring these up because the Biden administration doesn't have a lot of time left. Okay? And when I say they don't have a lot of time left, I understand this is just the midterm election coming up in 6 months. I understand that. And President Biden himself and his administration still have an additional 2 years. But here's the problem. It's something I've said before, that right now, if a bill doesn't pass before the midterm elections, what could happen is you're gonna have a turnover in the beginning of the year. Okay, January 3rd, 4th, whatever it is, whatever the day is. Beginning of the year, there's gonna be new lawmakers. Okay, they're gonna come in, and if the new lawmakers come in, and it is now a Republican-run House, Republican majority in the Senate, the problem is they're likely to pass bills or push different bills to try to get President Biden to veto those bills, to make it look like, hey, we're doing all the work, and he's saying no, I don't like that. That's not a good idea. So that's what's going to happen. So what many experts are saying is we have 6 months. We have like 6 months to get bills passed, because if we don't, chances are all the bills that we see in 2023 and 2024 are not going to be passed. They'll be discussed, they'll negotiate, they'll go back and forth, they'll blame Democrats, they'll blame Republicans, they'll blame everybody, but nothing will get done. So that's why everyone is saying we got like 5 to potentially 6 months to get stuff done, because if it doesn't, we will see absolutely nothing for the next 2 years. So that's what we know at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all latest news and updates. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Have an incredible week as well, and I'll see you guys on the next one.